Wow.
Yeah, look, I go by Hallloh the poet and I rap on the mic well. I'm from Lancaster, me and my homie call it the L. Cause I'm from that side of town where sometimes it was swell, but other times I cannot lie, man, that shit was just hell. Cause the cribs I used to live in was foul and it stink. Big holes in the bathroom floor, pouches under the sink. And you could probably imagine the look up on my mom's face when she saw that. She said, we getting the fuck out this place. That's what we did, moved to a new crib. And at that time we used to live a rats, but I ain't talking about. Now picture sometimes not having food or covers. There were some times where a nigga had to resort to eating whole jars of peanut butter while filling jars with water. So at the end of the day, we were having a debate for washing our face. And times like that you made it hard to prevail, but that's just how it is for a nigga that's on the wrong side of the L. Just a nigga from the L. Will I make it in this life? Only time will tell. Or will I get fucked because of the crabs in the bucket, wasting time living life the wrong way and end up being nothing someone can't go through as just a nigga from the L. Will I make it in this life? Only time will tell. Or will I get fucked because of the crabs in the bucket, wasting time living life the wrong way and end up being nothing? Now if you from the L, you already know what goes down, especially when you from the side of town where gunshot sounds is what you hear sometimes on the daily, man, times is crazy. Also another thing that I have realized as of lately is some folks here never made it. Instead of taking the chance with something bigger, some regret it, remain complacent. And that's no disrespect, how they live in their day to day, man. I'm just saying for me, is that the life I want, man, no way. But at the same time, there's also some folks like me who's trying to get something better for them and their family. Or either be someone who's trying to be the next Kyrie, or from a degree, or someone trying to make it as an MC. While others drink and get high from time to time just so time can go by, so they can ease the stress and the thoughts in their mind will go away. Which is sad to say that they think that's the only way that they can make all of that stuff fade away. Also the schools here were okay, but one thing about the scene, fights breaking out almost every day became a routine throughout the year, which caused some folks to live in fear. Once knew a nigga that got threatened didn't come back the next year. And while they doing that, other folks is not living well, cause some end up doing some crazy shit, got locked up in jail. And times like that would definitely make it hard to prevail, but that's just how it is for someone that's on the wrong side of the L. Just a nigga from the L. Will I make it in this life? Only time will tell. Or will I get fucked because of the crabs in the bucket, wasting time living life the wrong way and end up being nothing someone can't go through as just a nigga from the L. Will I make it in this life? Only time will tell. Or will I get fucked because of the crabs in the bucket, wasting time living life the wrong way and end up being nothing? Now as you listen to this record, don't think I'm dissing the city, cause without this place I call the L, man, I wouldn't be me. And even though much Chris I lived in sadly came with plights, those are some of the best times I ever had in my life. Remember living in GoPro trailers with DVD players, we had 3 DVDs, watch them now and again later. Also remember being outside riding the bike to go meet up with the homies at that time, running throughout the streets while stopping the place and ball and just ball up like Brian while having a broken Android blasting some rich homie Quan. And Ice Cube, it was a good day, man. Speaking of good days, had a couple of those, but what can I say, wasn't too much up on my plate. But years later, times have changed, man, I gotta prevail in every way, man, that's the only way I'ma live well. That's all for some folks, cause I sadly fail for whistles and bells, but that's just how it is sometimes living in the L. Just a nigga from the L. Will I make it in this life? Only time will tell. Or will I get fucked because of the crabs in the bucket, wasting time living life the wrong way and end up being nothing someone can't go through as just a nigga from the L. Will I make it in this life? Only time will tell. Or will I get fucked because of the crabs in the bucket, wasting time living life the wrong way and end up being nothing?